Hello, another Fixvirus show. We are at May 26th today. This will probably be out tomorrow, so because I'll have to do some editing. And of course, we start with the Simona Petra Monastery. There we go. And talking about the news of a couple of days ago, but it's still kind of relevant. And then we're going to add a couple of items here that will throw an interesting twist. So the FBI has a flash information piece where they talked about the Conti ransomware. And here in this, that was the overview, the 3 points of overviews. But if you want to actually read what the FBI said, you can go down here. So the FBI identified at least 816 Conti ransomware attacks for healthcare and first responder networks. So, the hackers are going after entities that have to have their equipment back, because that way they can get paid. So remember what they were saying at one point was that we're not going to go after high value targets. Well, that didn't last very long. Besides, you never really trust the hackers. I mean, let's face it. The hackers are not here to give us a break. They're there to make money. So if anything, they're never going to give us a break. But what I thought was interesting in the FBI post was, as we discussed here many times, but if you see, so the Conti actors gain unauthorized access through weaponized malicious email links, attachments, or stolen remote desktop credentials. So malicious email links and attachments, that's phishing emails. Spear phishing and other emails that are malicious. They want you to click on them, and then they'll get access to your machine if your machine is not patched, or other types of attacks. Thus, we talk about that all the time here. You've got to watch your spear phishing emails. And here is another proof for it. The FBI discusses that specifically for this particular ransomware. So, okay, there was another little interesting trick, and that is that if you had installed Russian languages on your computer, there's a possibility that it won't attack your machine, because they don't want to go after Russian systems. So, I mean, if you want to add the Russian language, there's a specific one called Russian 419, Ukrainian, Georgian, or Russian from Moldova, those languages on your computer. I mean, I personally have Greek and German on my computer, so I mean, I could easily add another language on it. So if I did do something that was not wise, the machine would check to see if there is Russian languages on the machine, and then maybe it won't fire. It's something to try. It's a good type of a trick. So this is what I wanted to talk about as a interesting news tidbit of the day. So this This was from yesterday, May 25. So Bose, the famous Bose headphones, etc., the speakers, they both got hit by ransomware. But it refused to pay ransomware. They used to pay the ransom. So that is a good thing, because if you do pay, if you pay the wrong actors, which you don't know who they are, if they're terrorists, or if sometimes the Department of Justice might come after you. Like what happened with the Colonial Pipeline people. If this happens again in the future, the Department of Justice may decide to go after you too, because you paid them. So it's not always the best course of action to pay the ransom. So interestingly, so they don't give you enough information in here as far as what exactly happened, but it wasn't. I also think that it wasn't also as bad as the Colonial Pipeline. Part of the problem with the Colonial Pipeline was that they didn't want the software, the hacker attack software, to get into um, the machines that control the pipeline. So they should have set up a network that was segregated, so that has a much less chance of happening without the attackers doing something much more sophisticated. Which I don't think that they did that. It was all that sophisticated. They just got some ransomware on one of their computers, and they did really mess them up. And then they decided to shut everything down on the safe side. So, in the wake of the attack, Bose has taken several steps to improve the security of its network. Credentials for all service accounts were reset, as were network passwords and for privileged accounts and end users. Now, interestingly enough, why is it that we always have to get hit first before we do stuff? Excuse me. So, why is it that we have to get attacked and then we'll fix things and then we'll pay attention? This is not a good philosophy. Well, that's pretty much what I had today. This is almost 9 minutes here. So my rant for the day is, let's get things fixed before we get attacked. And maybe the way we reach the people that don't want to get reached, or that have a hard time understanding this concept, is that if you know someone who needs this kind of attention, this kind of, they need to be told that maybe you should do it beforehand. You should help them figure this out before it happens. So what you need to do is you need to help convince them. So as a friend, you need to go and convince this person that they should fix it before something might happen. And of course, and now we have the end here.